Hey guys, welcome back to the Comic Book Lowdown. I'm Wellington. I don't even know what to call this video as of recording it because it's just going to be a whole bunch of stuff. Don't know how long it's going to be, probably long. But, you know, I've just not been around too much. Finals are here and work is here, and I work in retail, so Black Friday happened and Thursday Thanksgiving happened, so I was working those 2 days. Been working almost every day afterwards, and I've been just out and about doing a lot. So my comic book reading, let alone video activity, has been short, but I have managed to read some things and get some things that are really exciting, and I'm definitely trucking through stuff, and it will definitely improve once school is over, at least, so I have that much more time. So last I left off, I showed you guys this stack of books that I got. That was like a couple of weeks worth, and that was in November. It was a couple of weeks worth of books, and it has like all these Spider-Verse books that I'm liking. It's got Daredevil in here, Moon Knight, more Spider-Man, Deadpool, which is a great book again, Nova, which is a good book, Fade Out. It's kind of a slow grind. It's a world builder, man. It's definitely an expansive epic noir, and that's what it's promoted to be, or there's a better word for it, but that's what it is. It's an epic kind of noir. Deadly Class, which might be one of my favorite books, definitely my favorite indie, and just again one of my favorite books. Outcast, which is definitely picking up. Green Arrow, which is just so much fun, and Batman, which was just a really big head twister. Just all these books, and you know, of course, Daredevil and Moon Knight were definitely some of my favorites, along with Ultimate Spider-Man, Deadpool. The Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Verse books are just so great, so much fun to read. All these Spider-Man, and just it's a big story. There's a big story to be told, and I've gotten through that stack of books and thoroughly enjoyed all of it. So I'm really happy to say that, because that's a lot of books, and that means a lot of potential to have clunkers, and there were none. So extremely happy about that. And then I've got more haul. I've got haul from last week, and I've got haul from the week before, which are books that I also bought on Black Friday. So I bought my haul on Black Friday, along with 2 more things. And I got my last week's haul today. So kind of this Sunday marking the first day of the week, kind of, but really the last day of the week. You know, just the last Wednesday books came out is what I've picked up. But I've also got 2 posters, half posters that I'll be putting up. Here's one, Star Wars, really like that. I'm going to be putting this side up, but there's also a flip side to it that's pretty cool. I might even pick up that Princess Leia book because it's written by Mark Waid, and I think he writes female characters very well. And the Darth Vader book looks pretty cool. Don't know if I'll get it though. So yeah. And then a second poster, which has got cool stuff. It's got Angela, the Angela book that's coming out on one side, but the side I'm hanging up is definitely going to be this side here, Spider-Man and the X-Men, which is a book that I'm going to be getting, of course, because it's a Spider-Man book. and I think that comes out next week actually, or this week, or whatever you want to call it. And then I only picked up I only had 3 books on my pull for this past Wednesday, so I went ahead and picked something else up to go along with it. And so as for the books, I've got Green Arrow 37, which is a really fun read, and came out earlier than it usually does, I think. Or maybe I was shorted on books. I don't know because I didn't check, but Green Arrow 37, really good there. I must have been shorted on books because, like, I only had 3 books and Spider-Verse is happening, so, you know, whatever. I'll figure it out one day. Low issue number 5, which has really picked up, and I'm glad because it was kind of lingering a little bit, picked up, kind of lingered again, and then picked up in the last issue. And now I feel like this issue is going to be really fun. And a Deadpool book, which has got to have one of the coolest Deadpool covers, or coolest covers, definitely one of the coolest covers of the week, and just one of the coolest Deadpool covers I've seen. And this is the Uncanny Deadpool. Just so awesome, man. Such a cool cover. And I think this is, and what's cool about this is that the X-Men that they're using are the Korean kind of X-Men clones. So if you look close, there's like, they have major skin damage to them, and that's not Wolverine, of course. And it's just really great cover on that. But since those were the only 3 books that I bought, I went ahead and got this guy right here, which is, you know, just like a bank, but it's so cool to have. And cool gems to it. It's got really good detail to it, so, and it was not expensive at all, so I was like, hey, who doesn't want an Infinity Gauntlet just hanging out? So, you know, it's not like a statue or anything, but it's really cool. So I've got that, and then the books. Now here are the books that I picked up for Black Friday, and I haven't started reading the single issues yet, but I will start probably after this video. And they include Deathstroke number 2 and a variant of it. Number 1 was absolutely insane, and if that's how the book is going to be, it's definitely got to be climbing the mountain of good DC books, or better DC titles that are out, because that first issue was just nuts. A book that I actually missed when it came out, and went ahead and picked it up on Black Friday at a lower price, is Hobgoblin issue number 2. I think there's only 3 issues to this, so I'll go ahead and get the 3rd issue as well when it comes out. I was pretty okay with the first issue. I really could have gone either way, kept on reading it, or just dropped it. But because it was Black Friday and stuff was half off, I was like, pick it up. This book here, Spider-Verse tie-in, Spider-Man 2099, issue number 6. Spider-Man 2099 is probably one of the better Spider-Man titles that comes out right now, and Peter David does such an excellent job at it, and the art in it is really fine, so I love that. Next book here, Ghost Rider number 9. I think this book is coming to a close soon, which is kind of sad, but it did seem like they were kind of staggering on what they wanted to do after that first arc. So, I mean, right now they're doing something really cool with the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider, so that's great. But I feel like if it wasn't getting canceled, they wouldn't have had to rush into a conclusion for all of this. So sucks it's getting canceled. At least I'm pretty sure it's getting canceled. If it's not, then I don't know. This whole conversation about this book is not important, but I feel like it actually is getting canceled. This next book here, I'm curious to read it because the last issue seemed like it kind of wrapped everything up. This is Superior Foes of Spider-Man, issue 17, a Spider-Man title that featured Spider-Man, I think, once, and not even against the main villains, only in flashback. So that is really impressive. I'm surprised it got to issue 17. I wish it would have gone past 17 because it's just that good. But at the same time, they did amazing work in those 17 issues. So yeah, this issue is going to be pretty interesting, seeing as how, though, it seemed really wrapped up in issue 16. And then a final book with a very interesting cover, and the last issue was very, ended in like a pretty crazy note, is Nova issue number 24. This cover stands out from not only every other Nova cover, but every other cover that I got. So yeah, I'm excited to read Nova. I really like Nova. I really like the character. I like the writing behind it. The book itself is good. The art in it is pretty fun. It's just exciting. And so yeah, so those are the singles that I got, and those were the singles that I got on Black Friday there, starting with the Deathstroke, and they're also my books from the Black Friday week. Two more things though. Went ahead and got, because comics and trades were half off, went ahead and got me volume 1 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which I'm really liking, even though I've not finished the first issue yet. I've been liking it a lot already, and even though there's this one thing, kind of the origins behind the Turtles is very almost identical to the origins of Matt Murdock and Daredevil. And if you know both of them, you'll kind of see what I'm talking about, at least in this. You know, the kind of Turtles get splashed with all this like radioactive ooze that makes them, you know, bigger and stronger and smarter. But the reason that they were struck by this ooze is because a blind man was walking across the street in front of this like radioactive, or this truck carrying radioactive waste, where this guy saves the old man's life by pushing him out of traffic, and a canister falls out of the truck and kind of busts into a turtle like cage really, and infects them. Whereas Matt Murdock saves a blind man from a truck carrying radioactive waste and gets splashed in the face with the radioactive waste and becomes Daredevil. So very similar, but either way, this first volume I'm expecting to turn out to be really good. And because, again, half off, I was like, hey, why don't I get the second volume as well? So here's hoping. The first volume is great because I have the second volume and I want to read that. And if that's great, then I'll be picking up the third and fourth on this promotion that my comic book store is having. I just so happen to have the promotion here for New Year's. And I'll be getting there around 12 to 2, where they'll be having another half off of comics, or 50% off comics. So yeah, so that's kind of what I've been doing. That's where I've been. This is what I've got, and that's really all I have. So I'm Wellington, signing off of the Comic Book Lowdown. I'll see you guys next time.